Chelsea have announced the signing of Alejandro Garnacho. Manchester United have accepted a fixed £40 million fee with 10% sell-on clause. It's the fourth largest sale in Manchester United's history after Cristiano Ronaldo, Romelu Lukaku and Angel Di Maria. It's also the club's largest ever sale of an academy player, so Jay Bothroyd. What do you make of that?
I think it's a great signing for Chelsea. I think the only thing about him, his attitude sometimes is questionable, but there's no doubt about his ability. He's an Argentinian international. He's one of them. He's one of those players that you'd hate to play against him if you're a fullback. He can go both ways. He's really fast. He does his defensive duty. He's worked really hard. He scores goals. I think it's a great signing for 40 million. 40 million. When you think about the players that are moving for more money than that, there's half the player he is. I think that is a great, great signing for Chelsea.
Why didn't it work out for him at Manchester United, do you think?
Formation. I would say, because he's a winger. He wants to play one-on-one against fullbacks, whether it's on the right or the left, because we've seen him do both for Man United. But ultimately, at Man United, you're playing with wing-backs and two number 10. So I don't think the style suits him. But then his attitude with Amorim, came into question a lot.
And where's he going to fit in then at Chelsea? Do you think he'll be starting every week? How do you think that's going to work out?
Yeah, I think he will be starting every week.
Really?
Obviously, there's competition for places, especially with Neto. He's been playing well since the start of the season. And I think Garnacho likes to play on the left more than the right because he's got the opportunity to cut inside and have shots, score goals. But he can go on the left as well. So I think it will be a competition out of them two. But I think I'd go with the best winger at the club.
OK, well, could he be rubbing shoulders along with Nicholas Jackson? Because, of course, his move to Bayern Munich looks to be off due to Liam Delap's injury. He flew out to Germany to finalise the move. As you see, they're all smiles.
You've got a feel for him there.
You're
so happy.
To be honest. And I say, Delap should be out for up to 6 to 8 weeks, we're hearing, with this hamstring injury. So, look, Chelsea have called the deal off. It's a hard one, isn't it, for Enzo Maresca to kind of navigate now, I think, because he's got to say to Nicholas Jackson, you're back in our plans, but potentially, again, short term.
I mean, that's what it is. I mean, he's obviously gone there to Bayern. Jackson's gone to Bayern thinking, this is an opportunity for me. I'm going to play more regular now. Obviously, I could be playing up there with Kane. Who knows? And then the fact that he's landed, he's got a big smile on his face. He thinks new start, new beginning. And then he's been told to come back because he needs to fill up. He needs to be part of the numbers because Chelsea got injuries now. He's definitely not going to go back happy about that. But I mean, this is the ruthlessness in football. Sometimes it's like when the club wants you, and they just pull rank and say you need to come back now because we need you. That's football. That's cutthroat.
Yeah, so he's got to be ready to go, hasn't he? But in terms of Nicholas Jackson, he had his critics, didn't he? So where do you stand on that? You think he's a really good player?
No, I just think he's a bit harsh on him. Like he's not been. He been in England 3 years, 3 seasons. He's like, listen, Drogba's their Chelsea hero. He's that talisman. He's that icon, and Jackson actually had a better record than him in the Premier League.
That's
his
remarkable.
First 2 seasons. So I feel like he's getting harshly done by. Yeah. There are some questionable things. The things that stick out to me was, when he's arguing with Palmer about the penalty situation, and then obviously he got some two red cards, I think, was it at the end of the season.
Doesn't that show, I know he's arguing
ridiculous.
Cole Palmer, but to take the penalty. But doesn't that show that he wants to do things? He wants to step up. He's confident. He's brave.
Yeah, and you can do that, but, everyone knows who the penalty taker is.
I know.
When the manager says, this is my penalty taker, he's number 1 first choice, and there's number 2, there's number 3. I don't know where he was in the pecking order. But ultimately, you can't then go up to Palmer and say, I'm taking the penalty, and arguing on the pitch. It looked really bad. And he got some silly red cards. That isn't good. But ultimately, I think he's a young player. He still brings a lot to the team. And now he's got the opportunity to go and play and prove them wrong.
Chelsea and Bayern agree on every term of the Nicholas Jackson deal. So deal done between the two clubs. Nicholas Jackson travels to Munich together with his agents. I also posted an exclusive picture of Nicholas Jackson, his agents together on the flight. They land in Munich, so everything ready, smiling, going to do the first part of light medical tests, so nothing big. And tomorrow in the morning, Sunday morning, the main part of the medical booked for Nico Jackson. But what's important to mention is that despite an agreement in place between Bayern and Chelsea, an agreement for, remember the terms, 15 million euros loan fee, plus 65 million euros by option clause, not mandatory, plus 25% sell-on clause in the future, plus agreement Jackson Bayern on the contract if Chelsea and Bayern will activate the buy option in 2026, despite everything ready on the table to be signed in the next 24 hours, Chelsea, after the injury of Liam Delap in the game today at Stamford Bridge, decide to call Bayern and tell them, we are sorry, but Nico Jackson has to return to the club. With the player there in Munich, Chelsea make clear decision after the injury of Delap. Let's clarify that Delap, according to Enzo Maresca, Chelsea coach, after the game will be out for a minimum of 6 weeks, up to 8. So, Chelsea make this decision, recall Nicolas Jackson. What after that? That, at the moment, I'm not giving any final word on this, because Nicolas Jackson, at the moment, is not on his way back. Nicolas Jackson's desire would be to play for Bayern. Nicolas Jackson's desire is to be at Bayern and not back at Chelsea after what happened this summer, and it was out of their project. So, the situation between Chelsea, Bayern and Jackson is being discussed now, with Chelsea very clear on requesting the player to go back, with Bayern playing now, this afternoon. This is completely crazy, guys, that we have the transfer window during the games. This is my opinion. We will talk about that after the summer transfer window. For me, it's absolutely crazy. But Bayern are playing. Jackson is in Munich and Chelsea want the player back. So I expect in the next hours a final decision. Jackson is pushing to stay at Bayern. Chelsea are very clear. The player is wanted back. Let's see what's going to happen. I will keep you posted. But that's the situation as of 6:43 Italy time, 5:43 UK time, just to be clear, as we are live here on my channel. More to say, Chelsea exclusive news from the afternoon. Right after the game, Chelsea launched a bid to Barcelona, an official bid, the first bid for Fermín Lopez. After conversations with the agents of the player, I told you last night that Chelsea again spoke to the agents of Fermín, even after reaching an agreement for Facundo Buonanotte. Now Chelsea launched a bid, 40 million euros for Fermín Lopez. What happens now? Barcelona position is they don't want to sell the player. They want Fermín Lopez to stay. When I say Barcelona, is the whole club, including the coach, Hansi Flick, who today said, I expect Fermín to stay. And Flick said what Barcelona internally believe. Barcelona didn't receive, at the moment, any communication from Fermín about wanting to leave. So the feeling is that the only way to change the story for Barca is we don't want to sell the player. For Chelsea is we are bidding because we believe that we have a chance. So now depends on Fermín. Fermín has to make a decision. Barcelona believe that Fermín will stay. They are fully convinced about that. Hansi Flick said that in public. Let's see what's going to happen following this Chelsea bid. But for sure, another big story for the final days of this transfer window.
Chelsea have officially completed the signing of Alejandro Garnacho in a £40 million deal, bringing the highly rated winger to Stamford Bridge. The club confirmed the move after reaching full agreement, with Garnacho now unveiled as a Chelsea player. The 20-year-old attacker, known for his pace and flair, is expected to be a major addition to Enzo Maresca's squad as the Blues continue strengthening their attacking options. Chelsea fans are already buzzing with excitement as Garnacho prepares to begin his new chapter in West London.